Critically, he'd want his friends to live because he doesn't like seeing his friends die. So he would try his best to keep them alive, but the magic to revive someone is out of his reach, so he wouldn't have much of a choice unless someone else around could revivify or reincarnate or vice what have you the person back to the living, if especially if he felt like it was an undue death, died in battle or before their time.
Dragging and the pushing,
So
the bubbling up. The sound is bubbling. Sorry, guys, I was supposed to be muted.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't really sound like Oresis considers death sacred. It sounds more like he just wants his enemies to stay dead, and if he could, he would try to revive his friends. He doesn't really see death as sacred, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go. Right. So Rhaegar, being a paladin, he spent most of his time before coming to Barovia, hunting monsters and undead and things like that. So most of his experience with coming back from the dead has been bad. To him, probably he would say that if somebody dies, it would probably be best for them to stay dead, because generally when you come back from the dead, there are repercussions to doing so. So even if you were to bring somebody back, they may not be who they were when they were alive originally.
Okay. So
yeah.
It sounds like Rhaegar thinks whether you are the enemy or whether you are the friend, death should be permanent.
Yeah.
Okay. Papa Don, the question that I had asked the group was, is death sacred? Should people who die stay dead?
Mace, being a cleric of Lathander, would say that death is sacred, but resurrection is a thing that should be. He has witnessed resurrections before. At the church that he was trained in.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually performed one himself, albeit it was kind of an accident, but it was kind of like this crazy thing. His pet, his dog that he had been feeding and everything, got ran over by a cart. And he actually brought it back to life before he even knew he had cleric powers. And so he believes that death is sacred, but he also believes that resurrection is sacred also.
Seems kind of contradictory, no?
Not really. I mean, that's kind of what being a cleric is all about, really. I mean, resurrection, bringing people back from death. It's always been a thing with clerics, so
okay.
He was just taught that way, that it is a thing. If the person is deserving, then yes, resurrection is fine.
Okay.
Or Lathander would not allow it.
Okay. All right.
Am I the only one who hasn't answered yet?
You and Encyclo.
Okay. I'll let Encyclo have the final word. Johann obviously has a unique perspective on this, having for a brief period been a servant to Death, who is pretty adamant about, most things need to be, to die and die permanently. But obviously, he is in a bit of a different position. Whether it was, a curse or some sort of hiccup in the system that has sent him back, or just his, need for revenge and rage that brought him back. He's experienced being in different bodies. This is not the body that he wore most of his life. For him, a mind is life. A very wizard way of thinking. But the form that houses it is neither sacred any more than a temple that's burned down can be rebuilt. What's important is what happens inside the temple. The word, the mind, the lessons that are passed down. You can have that in one temple, and you can take those words and you can put it in another one. So long as the message remains the same, the person remains the same. That's what's important.
So it sounds like for Johann, death is just a transition. It's like moving from one temple to another. It's like changing apartments, changing houses. It's
right.
It's lost the significance that most people would have for death. For him, it's more the soul that matters.
Correct.
Okay. How does Ophira find it?
So fun for me and Johann to go back to back. Death is death, and it should be the end. To some, death is just another state of being, and most of those people need to be dealt with.
How does Ophira feel about resurrection by clerics?
Depends on how that person died.
That kind of goes back to the deserving of life.
Okay.
If someone's death shouldn't be the end, then it's no problem to bring them back.
Okay.
There's also that one caveat in most resurrection spells, specifically soul must be will.
Yes.
Except for revivify, because fuck you, you're coming back.
I decided.
That's always annoyed me about revivify, is that it doesn't care if the soul is willing or not.
That's another thing that Rhaegar would say is like the reason that he would say that just know that everybody should just stay dead is because like how do you decide who comes back and who I mean there's morality and whatnot, but
Yeah.
I mean I guess despite asking aside from asking your deity, which we're in Barovia.
My answer would be a bit more different about clerics if Ophira was actually religious, which would be if a god has decided it's your time to die, is it a mortal's place to change that?
Okay.
Yeah, and also Rhaegar is not a cleric, so.
True.
And I'm not religious at all.
She's got some overtones, but not in the traditional sense.
It's more of a Wiccan kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay, let's get everyone to roll a d20.
Oh man, I better not get this because I have no clue what happened last.
Ooh, Reese's with an 18. 12.
Come on, Mace, get a 20.
Oh, not this
Dang it.
time.
Suck it!
Well, Rhaegar's a challenger, though.
My token doesn't technically have vision. I'm seeing off of Rhaegar's token.
Okay, I will give Phil a pass since he's not quite with us just yet. So, Oresis, what happened last session?
Well, last session, we was it 2 sessions ago that we killed one of the hags again, and then we stopped. Okay, so after we killed the hag, we decided to take a tactical retreat maneuver and get the hell out of there before we died.
Mm-hmm.
The house came to life, and it pretty much yoinked Johann from being a giant ape into being Johann again. And it really tried really hard to kill the rest of us, nearly destroying myself, I think.
The house did to Johann what Johann did to the hag.
Yeah. I mean, it was tough. So, using some quick wit and a Tensor's floating disc, Rhaegar and I and good old Mace Hollister survived narrowly, with Johann's help getting out of there, and then we got a safe distance away, and we doubled back to speak to the sister of one of the kidnapped new hags / people. We told her we killed one, but we're very injured, and then we decided to head back to a castle. Yeah.
Where we gave the dragon skull back and leveled up, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we leveled up.
Baby!
We got a new sword. Rhaegar got a new sword. We got the gift of Barovia.
We all have a passive +1 AC.
That's
And
right.
a lot of unwanted attention.
Oh yeah, a lot of that.
A giant
Do that.
lighthouse above your head.
Worth it.
Let's prepare for the worst night of our lives.
We are level 8, correct?
Correct.
Correct.
Okay, I got to do that global
Shit, that's right. We got so much
modifier.
stuff last
Yeah, I do have to ask if there is any way that we're going to work on how potentially Johann is going to be regaining some of his knowledge of magic here, because at the moment he's a
Therapy.
yeah.
Extensive
Therapy with Montari.
Go ahead and take, I don't know, how much time you need to level up your characters to level 8. You can add the hit points that you get from rolling your hit dice, but you're not benefiting from a long rest yet. We're going to be starting before you guys have actually gone to sleep. I believe you've gone through the house, you found most of the loot, I think. And you did mention one thing. You guys did also get a shiny new medallion.
Holy symbol of Ravenkind.
Precisely.
Yeah.
which nobody wanted.
Which, well, I don't think anyone was good.
Maces?
Right, but Mace said no because he didn't want to be holding something that might conflict with his faith. Am I remembering that correctly?
Yes.
That is correct.
I mean,
It has to be a
it
cleric.
has to be a
or something,
cleric or
doesn't it?
I
paladin.
mean,
Yeah.
I'll hold on
Yeah.
to it, but I'm not gonna wear it.
Mace is literally the only one who can use it because I'm not
I,
good.
I like how everyone's like, "Sorry, guys, no, that's not me." Hard
I'm
pass.
good. I'm just not a cleric or paladin.
I'm not a cleric or a paladin or good.
I mean,
All right.
with
I think we're gonna
ceremony,
Mace
I
Prey
could
on
change
it.
my alignment.
Yeah, your alignment could change.
Let Mace prey on it and see if his god will have a problem with him using it to, kill vampires and shit. In the name of Lathander.
Yeah, I think you should pray on it.
Dear Lathander, I got this new toy. Is it? Are we cool? Can I double dip? How are you about multi-faiths?
I'm just over with this one because I get benefits, but I'm really with you. I'm just a game over here. You're my number one. That's my side. That's my side religion.
All right. I'm gonna just shift the music a little bit.
there
Oh,
we
I
go.
love it.
I got it
I love
figured
this
out.
fucking game.
I got it figured out. Damn it.
Is everyone finished leveling, or do some people still need some time?
I think I did it last time.
Yeah, I leveled up as soon as the session was over. I said,
Yeah, I'm
"Hell
good to
yeah!"
go.
It's just the loot and stuff. I don't think that I did.
I just need to check something real quick.
Let's see
Okay,
here.
cool.
You should.
level 8,
I
right?
believe you got a very shiny sword.
Yep, I have.
Yes, a great sword plus 2.
that.
And potions
I have
of
that.
vulnerability, 3 of them.
Yeah, I only took one though.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. 4 potions of
Tome of
invulnerability,
Strahd.
the Tome of Strahd, the Symbol of Ravenkind, 250 gold pieces, and a plus 2 greatsword.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah.
I was definitely going to take the Tome of Strahd and try to gain knowledge through it.
It should be back in your inventory.
It's in the.
So I see it. I didn't know if there was anything that I couldn't see on it.
What was the name of that item? The Raven.
Holy symbol of the Ravenkind.
It's in the magic items. Above player handouts and below named NPCs, which is only Irina.
I thought it was in
NPC we've ever met.
items.
Yeah, magic
Mhm.
items.
Yeah, I thought it was in items. I keep looking.
Oh, in the compendium.
Yeah, I thought it was in the compendium.
I don't think it's in. But we have a
I have it inside
just-
magic items for you.
Okay.
Yeah, just type in holy and it's inside your magic items.
It works.
Okay. So we're going to begin at the start. Well, immediately after you have all gone through the house, you found most of the shiny things. You have noticed that all of the undead that were there are gone. The armor and weapons that most of them had are also gone. It seems only the magical items remain behind that were around the neck and borne by their leader. The white glow of the dragon's bones is kind of like a moonlight that filters through the cracks of the building. There's only a light rain outside, but I would say that the day's exhaustion is falling upon you now. I would remind that both Oresis, you have been deafened, and Rhaegar still has a deep wound that he's been able to cover up, and I'll let Rhaegar decide whether he lets on that he has that deep wound. But you have had a rough day today.
I still have a sprained wrist.
And you still have a sprained wrist. what is it that you would all like to do now?
Go to sleep.
I'm gonna sleep by the bones of the dragon because might as well. To be the safest place.
Is that what you're all
So-
doing?
I kind of want to know a little bit more about this light. Is it just a beacon of light? Is there anything special about it?
So it's a very bright beacon. It kind of goes up into the sky and can be seen from almost essentially anywhere in Barovia. It does give you a +1 to your AC anywhere in Barovia. And I'm trying to remember now if there was another bonus to it.
Saving throws, I think.
Saving throws? That sounds right.
Yes. AC and saving throws.
There you go.
It was. Look at that.
Here we
Oh, yeah, it
go.
was. I did not.
Okay.
Make sure I haven't forgotten anything for that. Beacon of Protection. Characters and other creatures that oppose Strahd gain a +1 bonus to AC and saving throws for as long as they remain in Barovia. And I will copy and paste that for you guys to refer back to.
Finally, I don't have any +0 saving throws.
Looking on it, it seems to come from the bones themselves. There's no remnant of any spirit that you can tell. It seems to be more, very much magical in nature, but of a type of magic that would be very difficult to dispel. It probably could be if people dismantled the bones like they had in the past, or did damage to the bones. It probably would maybe damage the actual beacon. But for right now, it's providing, the best way I can describe it is hope. It is something that has not been in Barovia for as long as you've been here. And for Johan, you certainly never saw anything like this in your whole life that you were here. The idea of hope is a foreign experience for you, probably. And for Ophira, she left Barovia, so she's seen moonlight, she's seen the sun, but never here. And so this is also probably a very foreign feeling for you.
Very much so. It's weird.
So, are you all going to sleep by the bones? Is that the idea?
So, I'm gonna cast alarm as a ritual in the room once we're all settled.
Okay, so you're going to be on the top floor then.
Sure, that's where I wants to be. I can do that.
Okay.
Cuddle puddles.
Just so that it's clear, though, like how big can alarm be? Because if you guys are huddling around the bones, there's not really like a proper room for you to be. Like, I'll move you over just to give you an idea.
It goes around like door. It's 20-foot cube, no larger, but it goes around like windows and door frames.
Okay. And I'll also reveal some areas. No, of course not. That would be too easy.
Ooh, 4. Okay.
Here, we'll just...
I'm glad that had.
Where are you? There we are. I'm just going to remove the darkness from this. Can you guys see everything?
No.
No, okay, I didn't think so.
Got dynamic lighting.
Yeah, I want to make everything daylight is what I want.
Token so small.
So cute.
Can I?
So basically, I'm small.
Small.
Okay, you guys have free roam inside the castle now. I'm going to delete all these little characters here because they are no longer around.
Wow, look at all these bad memories. Remember that fight where we almost died?
Oh, those good old days.
Almost.
Oh, which
Wow.
one of those fights?
Yeah, no
Almost
kidding.
died.
Johan did that.
He died after it, technically.
Well, yeah. Even after I dived out the window.
Alright, so let's move you guys to the top floor. There you
Good
go.
times.
You'll probably have to. Oh, there's Lactari. Oh, there's 2 Lactaris. The hell? Get rid of that one. Yeah. So
That's
there's no
because he was
proper
having
room.
vision problems, remember?
Yeah.
Is it a power method?
There's no proper room, so you'd have to basically just make it a circle around you if you guys want to be beside the bones.
That was really my plan. I don't know why other people are following it. It's honestly a very stupid place to sleep.
It's up to you. I'm assuming you guys wanted to stay together. You guys tell me.
Yeah, sure.
There's a ceiling, right? Except where there's obviously like a big hole.
Yeah,
Yeah, you could like sit
we're not-
underneath here.
Okay. And I think last time we slept in a room downstairs, and I was able to get my alarm and
That's correct.
good place.
Yeah.
I mean, Mace would probably feel more comfortable being in a room that has walls on all 4 sides and no holes in the ceiling.
Okay, I'm just saying this is where I'm going. Y'all don't have to stay.
I mean, Johan doesn't worry about cold and rain, so
He doesn't need to sleep, does he?
no, he doesn't need to sleep. 8 hours of light activity.
I only need 4, so.
There a
Mace is quite exhausted after the fight and quite hurt, so he's definitely going to try to find a place to lay his head and do his evening prayers
So
and pray on this symbol of another deity
okay.
to try to find a little bit of guidance whether he should use its magics or not.
Okay.
And what I'll do is roll on that when the time comes.
Okay.
In the morning, Mace, Rhaegar will probably ask you to take a look at his side, at his grievous wound,
Gotcha.
because right now it's paining him, but maybe he's like, oh, I've had wounds before, like maybe just a night's sleep will take care of it for me. So he maybe just doesn't want to trouble you with it. So we'll see how he feels in the morning, and it's probably not going to get better. So
Actually, can you, Eric, can you explain to me the grievous wound?
Yeah. Sure.
Again, it's been a while.
Sure. So, grievous wounds happen whenever someone goes down to 0 hit points. People roll on the table, and they get the wound that is inflicted. So, for Rhaegar, he has a deep wound. And I'll copy and paste the text here for you guys. So that's the deep wound right there. Basically, if he goes to 0 hit points again, he would lose a death save. And for Oresis, he has a damaged eardrum. Now, there is a small chance that you get a permanent wound. These wounds I've just described to you, you have a chance of recovering from them after a long rest, or someone doing a medicine check. There's a DC to commit. If you succeed, then you recover from the grievous wound. You don't recover from permanent wounds. But it's a very small. It's a what is it? It's a 2 or less on a 1d in 2d6. So It's a low chance, but you could.
All right. So as a healer, I would actually notice Rhaegar probably favoring his side. So could I do a medicine check on him for the same for like the same?
Are you trying to hide how you're feeling, Rhaegar?
Right,
No,
right.
I'm not trying to hide it, but I'm probably trying to. Well, he would probably try to like downplay it, like, oh, it's not that
Mask
bad.
it a little.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what I'll say, you can roll for it, Papadon. Mace can roll to see if he notices what's going on, because he is pretty tired. Like, all of you are exhausted. You've all been damaged, and let's see if you... It's not going to be too difficult, but there will be a DC 15 to see if
Right.
you
What would you
notice.
think about him rolling a deception check instead?
To beat your passive perception? Sure.
Yeah. That's because he's trying to hide it a little.
What's your passive perception?
My passive perception is... Where would I even find that, honestly?
Below your skills. Passive perception is...
Yep, there it is, 15.
Okay.
It's just 10
so,
plus your wisdom modifier plus...
Rhaegar, let's have you roll a deception check on a 15.
So, yeah, he got it.
Always stoic, stiff upper lip and all that. Not gonna let the youngins notice that he's limping. So you do not notice it, Mace.
Very well.
At least for right now.
Very well.
I'm fine, Mace. Just a little sleep will do me fine. Everybody else is hurts, but let's all get some rest, and we'll be fine in the morning. I'll let you know if it still hurts tomorrow.
Yes, maybe all you need is a good rest. We will
I think that's for the best.
look into it further in the morning.
Johan's going to spend the night next to Dragon's Bones. Okay.
Alright, I'm here now.
Okay. Okay, so...
Hey, welcome.
Johan and Ophira will be on the roof. Mace, I think you said you prefer to be in a room downstairs. Where are the rest of y'all going?
I'm gonna go with Mace and just... I don't know if everyone else can go to the room too, but I'm gonna secure a room for us to sleep in with alarm, and then take a 4-hour long rest as now.
Okay. So I'll move you there. Move you... Oh. Move you there. Move you there. Who else is going to be downstairs? I've got Rhaegar, Lokhtari. Where are you guys staying for the night?
I'll be downstairs.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna go downstairs as well.
Okay. Here we go. So you guys are split up now in the actual Roll20. We can... Where are you guys in here? I'll drop your characters in. So we've got Rhaegar over here. We've got Rhesus. We've got Mace. And we've got Lokhtari. There we go. Okay. Johan, as you sit next to the bones and you try to get a feel for the magic that has been eluding you ever since your own awakening, almost as if like there's this door that your knowledge is locked behind. You were able to, in a moment of panic and stress, pull some memories back, but so much of it still remains lost to you. You feel a little wiggling in your pocket. Something's like kind of moving back and forth in it.
Grab it.
It's pretty furious. It's like it's moving around. It feels like it's trying to get out from your pocket.
Definitely reach in the pocket and see what's in there.
Your quill flies out from your pocket. A light blue shimmer around it. It flies out and it kind of bounces around you and flares around, spinning about you faster and faster and faster. It stops in front of you and then dives into the stones behind you, almost like it wiggles between the cracks of the earth, and it seems to be like almost pulsing with light underneath the stones.
Over there and pull the stones up and kind of take a glance over where Ophira is resting, but and examine the area.
You pull away the rocks, you're moving them aside. You can see the light blue is there, and as you pull away a few more rocks, finally you see the quill, and it's laying on top of this kind of a little bit torn, a little bit ratty looking book. And the quill is on top of it, and it seems to be like almost stabbing like the leather cover of the book, like going back to you and like flicking your hand and going back to the book and flicking your hand and going back to the book.
And open the cover.
The quill immediately dives onto the page and furiously writes, "Awaken me."
I will kind of grab the quill and just write what comes to my mind.
What comes to your mind? I will tell you that as you hold the quill, memories of your youth kind of come back to you. I shouldn't even say come back to you, more like they are brought back to mind. You didn't forget your youth. You forgot your magic, but you didn't really forget your youth. But like the feeling of family, of times when your children sat on your knee, of time when you were still with your grandfather, when your wife wasn't addicted. Those kinds of memories come back to you a little bit. And it almost feels like the quill is almost quivering in your hand, vibrating with an energy.
If an undead could cry, he would be doing it right then. He begins writing about his life. All the memories.
You write, and it almost feels like the energy in the quill is bleeding into the actual text. You feel the energy flowing from the quill, and also from you. There's a link that's forming between you, the quill, and the book. Your memories, your energies suffusing it, your words are going into it. And you probably spend a good, at least 20-30 minutes just doing this, writing and writing. You're trying to keep your voice and the sounds back, just the scritching of the quill on the paper. And as soon as the light fades from the quill, the book itself seems to become invigorated with energy. You can now tell that this book is not only yours, but it's attached to you. It is familiar to you. And with that thought, a figure manifests from the book. At first, at first glance, you think, oh no, this is like my familiar that I summoned when I was a warlock, that creature that was always looking at me with this terrified look on its face. But it's older. It isn't you. You realize after a few seconds it's not you. But it is in fact your grandfather looking at you. Hello, Johann. I'm so glad to see you again.
Grandfather. I lost, but I continue to fight. Your fight.
I know. I saw some of what you do. It was difficult to see everything, but I know some of what you've been through. Feelings were easier than actual thoughts. I felt your grief. So much grief, my dear grandson. And his hand kind of touches the top of your head and kind of runs down your hair a little bit. But I am here now. You don't have to fight alone. You will never be alone again.
Thank you for coming back to help me.
It was not only me, your friend, the man with the light. It was only because of him, and also your dark dealings, that I was able to come back from the mists. Something helped me come back. His divine magic, death rejecting you. It allowed me to find you again, but only after this dragon was I able to actually truly find you.
We will fight together then, as family, to save my family and all the families of Borovia.
As family. And he kind of seems to sink back into the book, but you get the feeling immediately like he's not far away. He's always there and still with you. If you need to speak, confide, or just... And you kind of shy away from this thought a little bit just because of everything you've been through. It's not something that I think you want to really think about, but you can't help it because it's been so long. Even just to be held like a child again. It's just a small little thought. You kind of push it away because there's too much to unpack in that. Too much to potentially lose, but it's a little nagging feeling.
Just gonna, take the book and hold it to his chest. It's precious to him.
It's precious.
Down below, Mace, you are in prayer, correct?
Yes, a quick prayer before bed.
And this prayer is to get a sense if Lathander gives you permission. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. You hold the symbol of Ravenkind in front of you. It's a beautiful medallion. It has this lovely little red gem in the middle. It actually seems to be a little similar but different from the symbols you've seen of Lathander. It looks like a sun. It seems very clearly to be shaped as a sun symbol. And you can feel the holy energy from it. But yes, it is different from Lathander. It's... what would be the best way to describe it? It's like going... it's not just another church, but if you went to another church from a different faith, it would be different, but you would still sense the holy radiance, the faith of the faithful, if you understand what I mean. That is still in it.
Like a different denomination.
Yeah, but even, like, for example, if you went to a synagogue as a Christian, you might not believe, but you can still feel the belief of others. You can still see the sacredness from others.
Yes, I get it. Yes, sir.
And so you hold this symbol and you pray on it. You spend maybe 5 minutes. You don't quite make the connection that you did in your dreams before. But one thing that you do notice is the symbol is beginning to glow. And it starts to shed this light. It's brighter and brighter and brighter. And it's this golden glow that you immediately recognize like the glow of the sun, like the glow of Lathander. A glow that is different from the white light above, but the golden glow of true and real sunlight. It seems to last for 10 whole minutes, just filling the entire room. It almost makes it, you can't even look at it, it's so bright. But go ahead.
I would imagine that with this sunlight coming from this item, it would definitely pique Rhaegar's interest. So I'm thinking that it's up to him. But
I mean, all four of you are in the same room. It's noticeable.
It's lighting up the whole room, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought this was like in his head. I see this actually?
No.
You see it. You see it. The symbol is lighting up the entire room. It's almost like an incendiary bomb.
Oh. Yeah, definitely. Interested.
Yeah, I'm holding it up, and my eyes are closed in prayer, and this thing just starts emitting sunlight. So I'm like, immediately Mace is going to be like filled with this holy strength. I mean, seeing sunlight for the first time in how long? I mean, it definitely is going to make him say, okay, that's a sign from Lathander. There will be no rolls on this. He definitely accepts this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. After about 10 minutes, the light fades back into the symbol. At this point, you probably feel even more tired now, I would think.
Most definitely.
Is there anything anyone else would like to do before you go to sleep for the night? It's probably somewhere in the range of like 1 a.m. right now.
Yeah, I'm snoring.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to sleep.
Okay.
Anything I would want to do would be depending on if I can get this medicine check done tomorrow.
So after Rhesus has his 4 hours and long rest, he's gonna try to make insights into the Tome of Strahd to see if there's any hidden knowledge in there, or possibly any spells or magic or the like.
Before that happens, about 1 hour more into the night, you hear a knock on the front door of the mansion. Very slow, very methodical.
Oh, crap.
I pour boiling oil over the crenellations. Go away, we don't want your Girl Scout cookies. No, I'm fully asleep at this point.
Girl Scouts.
I don't hear it.
Does anyone
Also,
answer? So, Aresis, you would be awake.
Also, I'm on the roof, so I don't
Yeah.
hear it.
I don't think Johan would hear it just yet. He's also 3 floors away. So, Aresis, I think you'd be the only one to hear this right now.
What is it? I don't know why I used that accent.
I have an invitation for you. Would
And
you
what
open the
might
door,
that be?
please?
Slide it under the door.
It is not a written message. And
What is it,
you see
then?
the door open as a man steps through. He is a elven man. I assume, Aresis, are you still in the room? Or have you come out of the room?
Can I get a pause? My fiance needs me real quick.
Of course, sir.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's okay.
Damn it! Come on!
Just when it's getting good. Shit!
Officially today, no one is allowed to be married anymore.
Yeah, what the hell?
So, how was everybody's Christmas? Everything, Christmas and New Year's, awesome? Everything went great?
It was good. I was working,
Same.
but it was nice.
Mine
It
was
was
great.
chill. How about New Year's Eve for you guys? Anybody get up to anything?
No.
Nope. Stayed home.
Good
Didn't do
choice.
I stayed home. It was great.
We,
Yeah, I've been playing Sea of Thieves, that's about it. It's a good game.
on PC,
Yeah.
I wish
It did
I had
get
a
me
group
a-
good enough.
it did get me a Series X, though.
Ooh.
Yeah, baby.
Ooh.
Love it.
What's a Series X?
The new Xbox.
The T-Rex blocks.
And what games have you been playing on it?
I actually have just been,
Just staring at how beautiful it is.
yeah, Jedi Fallen Order. I've played a little, actually an older game, Divinity Original Sin 2.
Oh, yeah.
Love that game.
Oh, it's a great game. Oh my god, I love it. And PUBG. I love PUBG.
I'm not familiar with PUBG.
Of the Battleground games, it's
Yeah,
one of the best.
Okay.
yeah, I love it. Got me a couple chicken dinners last night.
Winna.
Hell yeah. When I just senselessly need to shoot somebody in the face, it's a great game.
Nice.
Yeah, much better than that Fortnite crap.
Oh, I hate Fortnite so much.
Me too.
It's not a bad game.
No.
I kill you.
It
A lot of-
people. It keeps the younger people out of older people games.
This is true. This
No,
is
it's
true.
a
I
great
cannot argue.
game. They did an amazing job with it. I mean, it's just the community is just so toxic.
That's a lot of games, though.
Well, it is. I mean, it used to be Gears of War back in the day because I played a lot of that.
I
And
just can't play Fortnite because you hit someone for 5 damage and they've got a full 3-story mansion by the time you take your second shot.
Right, yeah.
I've been playing some classic World of Warcraft as of late. Back 15 years
Oh.
now.
That's why
Nice.
you're asking me about the WoW stuff.
Yeah. I think you were playing retail now, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, I downloaded the classic and leveled to 60. Got my fill of it and realized that I'd rather have all the mounts and shit.
That's fair.
I did go back to playing Lord of the Rings online on my laptop.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still around?
Oh yeah, I still love it too. I just love the lore and the stories and the characters. I just love that damn game.
I might pick that up again. I just rewatched all the movies again, actually, like
The
the other day.
the crafting is my favorite crafting in any game I've ever played. I love the crafting in it.
I'd have to take a look at that. I've never played it, but I've always kind of wanted to. I didn't even think it was still around.
Yeah, I just like riding around on my mount and picking up wood and then going back and crafting bows and and all kinds of stuff. The woodworking.
Definitely gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, pick it up because all I've been doing is leveling up a character. I made it up to level 40 in about 2 weeks. I don't get to play a whole lot, but
I've been.
I think you can
playing,
go up to like 130 or something in the damn game now or something.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's crazy how many levels you can go up in that.
I've been hankering to play like a Diablo-like game, so I picked up Warhammer Chaos Bane. Been playing that a little bit.
Have you played
super
Divinity Original
repetitive.
Sin 2?
Oh, I love that game.
I was
Yes,
gonna say,
beat the
man,
hell out of
that's my favorite of the Diablo style games, man. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
God, I
Well,
was thinking, it's actually super crazy. Destiny 2. When I first started playing that, you would start out at light level 0. Now you start at, I think, 1050.
Oh, jeez.
Because people are getting so high level now, they can't start you at 0 because you'd have to catch up so much. So like you have to start at 1050.
Tell you what, when Destiny and Destiny 2 came out, I really enjoyed those games a lot. I played a
Destiny 2 is
lot.
still going strong. It seems
Yeah.
it had that new raid or something.
I've been playing Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon, the last one, not Wildlands, but
One of those games. I don't know.
damn it.
Tom Clancy has too many games.
No, he doesn't. I love Tom Clancy games.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Tom Clancy shooters. Division 2.
Rainbow
love
Six.
The Division. Oh, the Rainbow Six is one of my favorites, though.
Is it Breakpoint?
Vegas 2. Yeah, Breakpoint. I like it. I think it's a fun game. Not by yourself, though. You have to have a group to play it
Yeah.
because it's hard as shit.
You ever seen Tom Clancy?
Died, didn't he?
Yeah, 2013.
Yeah, he just, a few
Like, when
years
you
ago.
compare like the games to like it doesn't look like a guy who would spawn games like that. If I were to imagine him as like a game developer, I see him like a cartoony action adventure game, not like gritty first person shooters.
Well, he was a novelist for years. All of his
Yeah.
games came from novels.
All the games are based on the books. I've read the
Yeah.
Splinter Cell books. They're pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, they are really good.
Jack Ryan is okay.
I love the Jack Ryan movies, especially Patriot Games and Clear and Present Danger when Harrison Ford played it. I thought those were amazing movies.
Obviously, Hunter Red October is like a classic.
Yeah.
Who
Hey,
played
anybody,
Jack Ryan in that? I thought it was one of the brothers, Alec Baldwin. Wasn't it Alec Baldwin that played
That was a
Jack
Hunt for
Ryan in
Red
that?
October. I know that much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ryan, let's see, Josh Krasinski?
The series is amazing. If anybody's watched it, it's really good.
Yeah,
Krasinski
meaning
is
to.
awesome in that part.
Jack Ryan has been portrayed by Alec Baldwin, Harrison Ford, Ben Affleck, and Chris Pine.
Yep.
So many actors for the same guy, and none of
Mhm.
them look alike. That's pretty funny.
But Krasinski's doing a bang-up job. I don't know if anybody else has watched the series, but it's really, really good.
No, I've been meaning to.
Yeah, I don't really watch a lot of things nowadays if it's not something that I can watch online.
Well, I've been forced to watch SVU from the first season. Which is a great show, don't get me wrong.
I can word
My
for
wife
word
loves it.
I can word for word the SVU intro monologue. It's
Oh, Nick's back.
Especially heinous.
All right.
Sorry, fellas.
All good.
That's all right, man. No worries.
So, Oresis, are you staying inside your little room, or are you coming into the main foyer?
I am very nervous about this, knowing Strahd's dastardly tricks and his ability to shapeshift. I have not left the room as of yet. I still require some convincing at this point, and I'm insisting on what exactly is this invitation that can't slide under a door.
You hear the footsteps from the... So you've heard the main front doors open. And you hear footsteps step forward to just outside the door leading to your room. I request to actually see you, sir, so that I can report back to whom I have delivered this message.
Who are you delivering the message for?
The master of the land, Strahd.
I see. And how am I to know that you are not, in fact, Strahd in disguise?
A foolish little boy. You don't.
Exactly. So why would I open the door for you?
You should instead ask that if I were Strahd, no door would hold me from seeing you if I wanted. I am being courteous, sir.
Very well, but I'm not inviting you in when I open the door.
You see a man who is an elf. He has white hair to his shoulders, but it's held like not in a bun, but like kind of a ponytail. Wizened face, looks fairly old. Give me an insight check.
Are we all seeing this?
You guys are asleep right now.
Okay.
Not 20. 19.
Okay. You immediately get the impression of just like, what's the best way to describe this? When you see, have you ever seen someone on like YouTube or something and you look into their eyes and you think that person has like dead eyes? Not like physical death, but like they are an evil person. They have no empathy at all. That kind of like dead-eyed look. This immediately comes forward to you. Are you keeping
Like
your
a
voice
dull
down? Are you
range.
trying? Do you want to wake up your companions or no?
I'm talking in a normal voice for now.
Okay. Oresis. Spitting image of your mother. My master extends an invitation for dinner tomorrow evening. I suggest that you accept his invitation.
Well, I have questions first. One, how do you know my name and who my mother was? And two, where's the dinner?
Castle Ravenloft, of course. You'll be treated as honored guests. As for your mother, it was my responsibility to ensure her success in life. After all, we wouldn't want you to be motherless, would we?
No,
He has like a
can't
small
have that.
smile on his face.
What is your name?
Rahaden, Master Oresis.
Odd. Very well, but I do believe, and let me consult the village or the map of Barovia, that I don't think we can get there in a day. I think we're pretty far away from like opposite side of the world, aren't we?
I wouldn't say the opposite side of the world, but you could get there. If you left in the morning, you would arrive there by the evening, so dinner time.
And if we decide we can't do tomorrow night, we are busy, then what happens? Can we reschedule for another night, maybe sometime next month?
Then you would be rejecting my master's offer, which I would not recommend that you do. At this point, I think it's reasonable to say that Mace, Rhaegar, Luktari, give me a perception check. It'll be a low DC just to see if you guys wake up. I think you probably would, but we'll see. Okay. All three of you wake up. You see Oresis kind of standing at a doorway talking to someone. And in the way that he stands, you can tell that he's tense.
Immediately stand up and take a defensive position with the weapons drawn. What is it?
I've come to you with no harm, but I would not suggest you consider me defenseless. And Oresis, you hear growling. You don't see where the growling's coming from, but you hear growling kind of coming from around this man. Now, shall I tell the master that you will be attending tomorrow evening? Or shall I tell him that you are rejecting his most kind of offers?
Well, that depends. How long does it take you to report back?
You needn't worry yourself about that.
Well,
An answer,
I haven't
please.
Well, I haven't consulted the other group mates, but I can tell you that we will do our best to be there. And if we happen to not make it, it is no disrespect to the master.
If you do not make it, then that would be considered either incompetence or foolhardiness, or a choice to not be there. You have clearly done significant things in the land, and he kind of gestures above. I do not think it would be unreasonable to expect for you to walk down a road to the castle. Do not insult my intelligence. I've seen how you were raised, Aresis. Master Aresis. I know what you are capable of. Now, please, yes or no. And as I
Boys.
said, I do not recommend that you say no.
And I say, we're eating dinner with he who shall not be named in this realm because I fear it tomorrow night. And no one's happy about it. But it could be better if we say yes than possibly have him kill anyone we care about at this point. So, you have our answer. I guess you'll be greeting us at the door.
You'll be greeted. Is that correct, Mace? Rhaegar? Luktari? Do you all agree with Mr. Aresis' assessment?
I have no reason to disagree.
Master Mace?
So we do need to take that.
Mace is running his fingers across his holy symbol and his new medallion, staring this guy down. I go where the group goes. And that's all he says to him.
Very well. Master Rhaegar. Dark Stalker.
I think it is time that we talked and had a conversation with your master face to face. That did not involve him trying to kill us right away. We will be there.
Oh, wonderful. Do tell me, how's Liza these days? It's been so long since I've seen her. Does she still fence?
He just
We have
kinda
accepted.
stares at
Oh,
him.
go ahead. Sorry.
He just
Go
kind
ahead.
of stares at Raha. What is his name?
Rahadin. I'll type it out.
Rahadin. He just kind of like his eyes kind of like go wide for a second, but like he like then like schools his face and like just kind of like stares at him. I'm not really sure if he like believes him or not, so he's just gonna stare and not say anything.
Okay. Such a stoic, strong-jawed man. Pity that all your efforts are always in vain, isn't it? All those people you try to save, but somehow always seem to die anyway. I wonder how that is.
Very curious. Now, Rahadin, you're out staying. You're welcome. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Wonderful. Excellent. I'll tell the master right away. Have a lovely night, gentlemen.
Yes. No more interruptions if you can avoid it, please.
Oh, I won't bother you in the slightest.
Very well. Thank you.
And he steps out and walks out. Aresis, you're at the front, so roll another perception check for me. Okay. You see him walk out, his boots against the stone. He steps out into the dark night with the rain, and Do you follow him? Do you just watch him leave?
Have I received my long rest?
No, definitely not.
Then
It's
no, I
only
don't
2
follow
a.m.
him.
Okay.
I only need 4 hours, so I was asking.
I will say, as he's leaving, you think you're really not sure, but you think you hear screams for like the faintest moment. You think you hear screams, but it's like gone in a second.
Absolutely evil about that man. And I hate being forced into dinner parties. They're the worst. And now we have to put off taking care of the hags again so we can appease the lord of the land. And, well, he made mention of killing parents, so obviously I thought it was possible. It would be in our best interest to just go to dinner and try to save some face.
How did he know?
Well, in years.
Seems this light can be easily seen throughout the land. We're not going to sneak up on anybody anytime soon. Now let's all go back to our slumbers. We're going to need our strength in the morning with the leap bright and early.
Do you all go back to sleep?
Yeah,
Okay.
or I do anyway.
Ophira.
I would like to do something before the group kind of comes back to sleep. I'm gonna be looking for everyone to try and check on them if that's possible.
Okay. So you don't require any sleep. Had I known, I might have had you also encounters, but we'll say that you were upstairs and kind of focusing on your experience. So let's say after collecting yourself and kind of thinking about the ramifications and implications of everything that happened, maybe around 3 a.m. you'll start doing a round. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, but before I do that, where Ophira is sleeping,
Mm-hmm.
I will cast Tiny Hut over her
Okay.
as a ritual.
Okay. So around like before you go downstairs, you cast Tiny Hut.
Yes.
Okay. I will say, since you're already casting spells, as you open your book, where are you? There you are.
Yeah, do hate to bring this up. I believe Tiny Hut specifically says the spell ends if you leave the tiny hut.
Is that true?
Yes. The spell ends if you leave its area.
Okay. Johan, if you look in Custom Treasure, you have something entitled Grandfather. And those spells are now in your book. And they are from your grandfather, of what he recollects from his time. Oh, yeah. Is there any other spell that you want to cast instead of Tiny Hut?
Well, I mean, does it indeed say that? I never read that part.
The spell
Oh,
ends if you leave
God.
its area.
First
is-
paragraph.
That's something. So it's under treasures.
Yeah, I think the idea is like so that you don't leave it, go back in, leave it, go back in, like a little fortress. Is my
You mean like
guess.
use it for combat? Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the range is yourself as well, so you can't like cast it on an object.
It's in treasures, yeah. Custom treasure.
Custom treasures.
It should be near the top, a little folder.
Top new PCs, players, custom. Okay. These. It's empty for me. I can open it, but it's
Really?
it's empty. Yeah, there's nothing there.
Maybe just refresh your page, because I just now flagged it for you, so maybe that's why.
Okay. So I was thinking about so if I can't do that, then I guess the spell that I would cast would be Mordenkainen's Faithful Watchdog.
Okay, I'm not familiar with that one.
Well,
I'll take
refreshing, but
Sure, so I'll take a look. More Mordenkainen's Faithful.
it gave me a loading thing, but it's still blank for me.
That's really weird.
So we'll just skip any castings for now.
Okay. Well, here, what I'll at least do, just so you at least can like look at them while everything else is going on, I'll just copy and paste this into the Discord channel for you. Okay.
Okay.
I'll just send you a quick message. There you go. Faithful Watchdog. Oh, Faithful Hound. Okay. You conjure a Faithful Hound. Faithful Hound in an unoccupied space so you can see within range, where it remains for the duration until you dismiss it as an action, until you move more than 100 feet away from it. Invisible to all creatures except you and can't be harmed. When a small or larger creature comes within 30 feet of it without speaking the password that you specify when you cast the spell, the hound starts barking loudly. It sees invisible creatures and can see into the ethereal plane. It ignores illusions. Okay, cool.
That's the most fuck you Strahd spell ever.
And the duration is 8 hours. Okay. So, you cast a Faithful Hound, and you go downstairs. Okay.
Just to kind of watch over them.
Sure.
While they sleep.
You do find Oresis meditating. You see the others asleep. You do see the front door open.
I'll close it.
You hear barking. Loud barking. And all of you actually hear it. It wakes everyone up from their sleep. Just loud barking. Vicious. Loud, like you can hear throughout the entire castle that your hound is just barking and barking and barking.
Where is it coming from?
Your hound from upstairs.
Oh.
Yeah, it is barking. It is, you can tell it is very, very upset. It is very, very angry. It is
Okay,
barking like the beast that it was designed and conjured to be.
It's a good thing I cast it. So that's right next to your head, Ophira.
Yeah, I'm up.
I guess I'm running up there and casting see invisibility on myself.
Mace is definitely up and running up.
Okay. So you all run upstairs. You don't see anything. And give me a moment, I need to check out see invisibility, but I don't believe... Okay, let me just make sure here. See invisibility. Okay, yeah. So, Johann, You do see Morgantha.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And you see her kind of crouching over Ophira as Ophira kind of like sits up, is like looking around. You see this dog barking, and the dog is like barking and barking at Morgantha. But
So
you can tell
confused.
she's in the ethereal plane. She's not actually within your reach right now.
And then I cast Blink on myself. That's one of the spells I have now.
I'm just so confused. It's just barking, and I just woke up, and what's going on?
Okay, let's take a look here for Blink. I have to remind myself. Okay, so roll a d20. Okay, vanish. So this lasts for 1 minute. It fails.
Yeah.
So, do you say anything to your companions? Like, you're all just kind of looking around. You see Johan, like, muttering some words. You all see the dog barking and barking at Ophira. Like, it seems to be so angry at Ophira. And Ophira, you see this dog, and he's just growling and raging and salivating at you.
I thought the dog was invisible to everyone.
Yeah, it's invisible,
okay.
But it is barking. And
My
I'll
mistake.
say, we have a visitor. And I'm going to hold an action to cast a spell if I enter into the ethereal plane.
Okay. Fair enough. What are the rest of you doing anything?
I'm confused.
Yeah, we can't see
Found.
anything, so
And Johan looks like he
All
knows
I-
what's going on, so I would look at Johan and I'd be like, what is going on?
All I hear is barking, and there's nothing there.
Yeah.
And Ophira looks just as confused as I am. Johan's freaking out. I don't know what's going on.
Johan, you see Morgantha look at you, and she just kind of gets this big Cheshire cat grin, and she just kind of like walks up to you and is just like grinning at you. Rhaegar, you don't sense anything. Celestial? Is the dog considered celestial, or is it a construct? Let's see here. A
believe it's
phantom watchdog.
I believe it's just considered a spell.
Yeah, it's
It's just
magical.
magic, so you don't sense anything. You just hear this growling and barking, and there's something there that's making all this noise.
I don't know.
well, hell.
So I guess I roll another d20 to see if I disappear.
Yeah, go for it.
I
Nope.
don't.
Nope.
Does she still? She waits.
She's
Another
just,
round goes
she's
by,
just
nothing
grinning.
Another round goes by. Okay, so that's 4. That's 4. Nothing happens. So if we get up to 10,
You're not happy.
okay. So I disappear.
Okay, okay.
And
As soon as you... Okay. I mean, I think you're both going to get reactions off in this case.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to have her go first, but you'll be able to also go.
Okay.
She rolls an 18. I think that's a hit on
and that
you.
definitely hits.
For
So I
14
think
slashing damage on you.
Slashing damage.
The rest of you see Johan just disappear from sight. He's suddenly just not there anymore.
Okay.
What is going on?
And Johan casts this spell in the ethereal plane after he's hit.
Give me 1 second. Just gonna quick returns. Could you roll initiative for me?
Sure.
Oh, wrong character. Just gonna delete this guy. Okay, Sickening Radiance.
I'm Oh, that's shit. Spells.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
18. So, I don't actually have her on the map, so give me a second here.
Okay.
Put her there. And move her to this. There we go. There we go. Alright. Let's see this spell of yours. Sickening Radiance. Within a 30-foot radius sphere, centered on a point you choose within range. The light spreads around corners and lasts until the spell ends. When a creature moves into the spell's area for the first time, or starts its turn there, that creature must succeed on a con save or take 4d10, suffer 1 level of exhaustion, and emit a dim greenish light in 5. The light makes it possible for the from being invisible, but in any... go away when the spell ends. Okay. So... you both cast that at the same time. I'll give you a pass on the first con save, just because it's like happening. It's reaction versus reaction, kind of simultaneously did it.
Okay.
Okay.
But we still need to roll
Yeah,
to
yeah.
see if we both do it.
Okay, so you both need to do the con save. Okay.
I pass, she fails.
Okay. So roll for damage.
Okay. Not very much.
Okay. Go ahead. Actually, it happens at the end of your turn, so your reaction. So go ahead and do a turn. The rest of you, again, you don't know where Johan's gone. He's just disappeared. You hear this still growling. Oh, actually. Okay, yeah, you still hear the growling.
Yep. So I appear at the beginning of my turn, and I'll say, "Keep me alive."
Keep you alive.
All right.
Oh,
I've got a
right.
claw
Yeah.
on me.
I see what you're saying.
So
You just see Johan appear in front of you. He's got this he has like these scratches across his neck. There's like a little bit of blood dripping down from him.
Is this dog still barking?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna leave.
all right. Well, Mace sees the blood and is gonna do this.
Okay.
Healing
That's,
for
10.
16.
Go ahead and roll initiative, Mace.
So that would be temporary hit points, actually, not a heal.
Well,
Since I'm
Yeah,
undead.
that, yeah.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what we
yeah,
came
yeah,
up with last time, right?
So you get those
Alright,
temporary
good
hit points. Johan, you see Morgantha laugh, and she just kind of runs away. She runs over to the edge of the castle and just jumps off the edge.
Okay. So she's dashed, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
What would you like to do?
So, I mean, I'm like halfway in between picking my spells, so I don't know what I can and can't do at the
That's
moment.
fair. That's fair. It's all very new to you. You just got this book. You just kind of everything's still a bit new to you right now.
Yeah.
What I can tell you, and what I think Johan would know, is that the longer he waits, the further away she's going to get. So,
Okay.
either do you want to chase her, or do you want to stay where you are?
So, he's gonna kind of. I mean, she has quite a large hit point pool for him alone to deal with. So, I guess first off, we don't really have a map, so I'm really struggling with where she is, what she's doing.
Here, Yeah, you guys are a little bit separated. I moved her onto the wrong map. I apologize. Let's move all of you onto the roof because you all ran up there. My apologies for that. You guys were all, it was all happening like right here, we'll say. And none of you can, except for Johann, see Morgantha. There you go. So you know that she ran over this way, Johann.
Okay. So she's got 1 level of exhaustion and she's run away. So she's dashed, I guess.
She ran away.
Okay. So I'll probably kind of run over there and maybe fire another magic missile at her to, you know.
Well, first you'd have to roll your blink again.
Yeah. So I'll run over there in my turn, hold an action. Yeah, and fire magic missile. It's not going to really do too much damage, but just
go ahead, roll for damage.
Send her off with a. I'll roll it at 4th level with my last 4th level spell slot.
Sure.
Let's see, magic missile does how much per missile?
1d4.
1d4, and how many is it? Level 4.
It should do it for you.
6, I think.
Yeah, but I don't have it plugged in yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Got ya.
I'll post it.
Here, I'll
that's
have
not
her
what I wanted
roll
to
against
post,
herself. 4th
Yeah,
level, you said,
6.
right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
there we go.
Wow, didn't roll so well. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 10 in total. Did I do that right?
18.
18. Yeah, that makes more sense.
18, yep.
Yeah. Okay. You hear her laughter continue and cascade into the night as she disappears into the rain and darkness.
That is the last thing I will do. I'm just sending it off after.
Sure. You reappear back on the upper floor.
And I banish the effective blink.
And the rest of you, you no longer hear the barking and growling.
As soon as Johann appears, Mace is going to be like, "Can someone please explain to me what the hell just happened?"
The witch tried to affect her. And he'll point over to Ophira. I have chased her away. However, I did not cause any lasting damage to her.
That's okay.
The curse of these witches needs to be removed. I don't know how longer we can go on with them.
In 2 days we shall finish this battle once and for all. For tomorrow we are sworn to travel to Castle Ravenloft.
All of us have to go, and why are we going?
In 2 days she may have another child. I don't know what we're doing here.
All invited by Rahadin from Strahd himself. It was either that, or he was going to start plucking off people we love.
Johann, you recognize the name Rahadin as being the manservant / right-hand man of Strahd.
But for now, everyone climb in. I'm going to take 10 minutes. I'm going to cast this up here. It's private sanctum. It's going to be the basics. Just huge bedrooms, kitchen, bathrooms, living rooms, whatever.
I think you're
And
confusing that with another spell. I don't know that this spell does that. That's mansion.
this thing, take the
Yeah.
wrong one. Is that also
Private
level
Sanctum
4?
is still good.
It's still good.
Great.
Still, it does the job for you.
Okay, that's kind of what I was going. I thought this was mansion. Oh, it's sanctum. But yeah, we're gonna do this.
All right.
Whatever this does, I'm not sure what it does.
Okay, so do you all crowd into this? How big are you making it? Just for
just I don't know. I guess the size of this castle.
100 feet by 100 feet. Yeah, you could. Damn big. That's a big space. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay, you decide what sort of security it provides. Okay, do you want any sound? Oh, no, sound cannot pass through the barrier at the edge of the ward area. Okay, so you can choose any or all of the following properties. Okay, so do you want sound to pass through?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want the warded area to appear dark and foggy, preventing vision?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I assume you want to prevent divination spells. I think that's not surprising.
Yeah.
You're not going to want to be targeted by divination. Nothing can teleport in or out of the ward area. Planar travel is blocked within the ward area. Okay. So people can't see past the ward area, but sound can pass through. Okay. Y'all see this shimmering dome suddenly cascade out from Oresis.
We should be safe now. I didn't have the strength to do this earlier.
Do you think we could get some rest now?
We should be safe from all sorts of invaders and magics.
Very well. And he will pretty much collapse right where he's standing. Because at this point, he is so exhausted. He's been woken up twice, and he was down to 5 hit points. So he is done.
Did we ever actually figure out what the barking was? Like, did Johan tell us? Because I'm still confused on what the hell that was.
No one's asked.
Mace doesn't care.
I'm a slave.
Is it still barking? I guess she's gone,
No.
right? So.
Yeah, it stopped. You no longer hear the barking or the growling. For all you know, that's what Johan fought off. Well, I suppose he did say that you had a visit from the witch. Are you all going back to sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oresis, you kind of kneel down into your meditation. Johan, I assume you kind of like go back to your book. Or is there anything else that you want to do? Because I know you just do like light activity.
Yeah. So he's going back to basically studying the tome and preparing his spells
Mm-hmm.
and that sort of thing.
Okay. You all go back down, and Johan, you kind of like look out and Oresis, can you guys see through the barrier, or is it like opaque on both sides?
We'd be able to see out.
Okay. So Johan, you kind of look out. It's darkness, but the rain kind of falls over. And actually, hold on a second. Okay, I'm actually going... I don't think you would have wanted to do this. And correct me if I'm wrong. This private sanctum doesn't actually stop anything from entering your sanctum. From what I'm reading.
Yeah, it doesn't. They can still walk in.
Okay.
Yeah, just not teleporting in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
that it?
I'd still do that because at
Okay.
this point, I know
Okay.
Morgantha just used magic to get here,
Okay.
and we can see out. So,
Okay, cool.
but it should be hard to find because it's foggy and dark around it as well.
Yeah. I mean, everyone knows where the castle is. But, yeah,
As far as I know, the castle just disappeared.
maybe.
Hopefully.
I mean, would you guys think the castle disappeared?
I don't know. But I do know that a hag traveling on the ethereal plane wouldn't be able to get into a private sanctum.
Yeah. Okay, you guys all fall
Yeah.
back asleep.
You're gonna have to go in the real space.
And I would think that because Oresis is trying to meditate to get his own rest, Johan, you're probably the one who's most alert right now. Roll a perception check for me. Oh, okay, no problem, Rhaegar. Hope that your friend's doing okay. Oh, she'll call you when you have to go. Okay, just give me a heads up when you do. Okay, Johan, you think you can hear just and you hear this howling of wolves around you. And you hear them getting closer. And what first seems to be, and this is like maybe after an hour, so it's probably around like 4, 5 a.m. right now. And you hear wolves kind of just howling at all sides. And what first seems coming from one end, then you hear them on the other end, and they're getting closer.
Okay.
It's difficult to tell how many there are.
So at this point, let's see. There's not really much I can do. So
Sorry, go on.
I guess Oresis is going to have his 4 hours already, isn't he?
It keeps getting interrupted, and if I'm not mistaken, it has to be continuous.
You can't be interrupted for longer than an hour.
So Rhesus has not yet gotten his long rest.
Okay. In that case, Johan will, I guess, come out. He will walk out the door.
Okay.
And lock it, and bar it behind him.
Okay. You start to hear barking and howling, continuing to get closer into the mist. It's getting louder and louder.
And I'm going to
Oh, wow.
ask my... Yeah, I know, that's a big block, isn't it?
Yes.
So as a bonus action, I'm going to summon Grandfather.
Yeah.
And ask him, because he has dark vision, if you could look and see what we're up against.
Okay. And I'm pretty... It's a soul fragment, so it doesn't have any HP, it doesn't take any damage, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it can be dispelled.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Yes, Johann. And you'll see him manifest, and he's got these robes that you remember from your youth that were practical and well woven with thick wool over his shoulders and kind of like with a bit of a cape over the back. And he starts to walk forward with like a dim light shedding around him. And he walks out, and it's getting a bit hard for you to see him because it's still so dark. Even I think you have dark vision.
I don't.
You
He
don't.
does, and
He
I
does.
can telepathically see what he sees.
Perfect. So you're looking, and you see his light, and as he's stepping out, and he passes past the barrier, and it's so dark out, and he's hearing these wolves everywhere, and all of a sudden you just see one wolf leap out and try to bite his neck, and just passes right through him.
Okay.
And it turns around and tries to like bite him again, and it just passes through him.
Okay. I can cast spells from his place. And this is going to be strange. It's one of the only spells that I actually have typed in at the moment. And this is going to be. You're going to have to make a ruling on this if you're going to allow this.
Okay, let's see here.
And that's spell too.
Okay, touch. Can siphon force from others to heal your wounds. Melee attack on a hit. Okay, so you can cast a wizard spell on your turn. You can cast it as if you were in the spectral mind's space instead of your own, using its senses. So I mean, to me, it seems like you can cast the spell. It seems to me.
That's legal.
Yeah.
So he's going to do that.
Alright, give me a second. Pop that open. Pop that open. And let's get this. Oh. No, fine. Sorry, guys. I've got things like popping up on me that I don't necessarily want to pop up. Okay, Rhaegar, you're good to go. Okay, so go ahead and... It's a spell DC 15. Okay. Where are you, Wolf? There are you, Wolf. And saving throw... It's our EC. No. Make a melee spell attack. Okay, so go ahead and make a melee spell attack.
Okay, I don't have anything. Oh, why is this not typed in? Oh, that's why. I only have the let's see. No, not typed in. Guys, I normally am not like this, but I didn't have any spells for this session.
Remember, you can use a D20 plus your spellcaster.
Yes. Okay, so that's gonna be intelligence. So +4. Is that right?
It's if you have a +5 in intelligence, you're gonna have a +8 on your attack.
Okay, so it's a +7, so 16 to hit.
Okay, that is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
Okay, the spectral hand of your grandfather, like smacks down, almost like with this like a karate chop down on top of the wolf, and it squeaks and like kind of runs away, and you can feel the energy leach from the wolf, and all the wolves kind of just like scatter away from him, but they seem to be kind of like running away and running towards the mansion. At least a dozen. And you hear them howling and howling and barking and howling. I need everyone at the top of the castle to roll a perception check to see if this wakes you up.
I just choose not to wake up.
Yeah, Johan's shouting too, so.
Okay, yeah, if you're shouting, then Mace, Luktari, you both wake up. Oresis, I'm gonna have you roll one more time since you're meditating. Okay, yeah, you're kind of dead to the world as well. You're not paying attention, and Ophira stays asleep. But the Mace and Luktari, you both wake up. Oh, and did Rhaegar? Rhaegar didn't roll.
Perception?
Yes, please.
Okay.
It's like, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah, and Rhaegar, you also wake up. You hear Johan yelling outside. You hear barking. You hear howling. And you see Oresis and Ophira still kind of somewhat not really paying attention.
Alright. In that case, I'll probably get up and try and wake up some of the others who are still sleeping.
Alright, Oresis and Ophira, you both wake up.
What is it now?
What in the 9 blazing hells is it now?
Outside.
I better be dreaming.
You just hear like wolves and howling all around you, just like surround. It almost sounds like there's an army of wolves around the castle, barking and baying, and you hear Johan. Like, what are you yelling, Johan?
Level 2, so 2.
Wolves! They're charging the castle.
Close the doors.
Oh,
They don't have
Did they-
opposable thumbs, for God's sakes!
did they learn how to turn the door handles?
In Johan's defense, half the castle is broken down, right?
Yeah, they're just gonna go right into the broken half.
No.
Oh, my
What?
music
That's a
stops.
word.
Why did my music stop? That's not nice.
God curse my light sleeping.
Here we go.
I'm just cursing in all 7 different languages I know.
Lathander's light.
Damn my training.
Let's go.
Alright, you guys all head out downstairs.
Yes, how many wolves are there?
As you step out, so if you're standing just outside the gates, you don't actually see any just yet. You just kind of hear them. You're standing beside Johan, and you see him kind of like staring off into night as well. You can just barely make out like a light blue light in the distance. You don't see anything just yet. You just hear them.
My 4th level spells are exhausted already.
Can I do like a disadvantage medicine check to try and fix my fucking sprained
You
Rest.
haven't had a long rest yet.
Why I said disadvantage? Okay, that's fair. Thought I'd try.
It's fair. I respect the attempt.
So there's a lot of them, and we're surrounded. And I don't have any more 4th level spells.
Level.
I've got
4.
a couple of 3rd level spells.
We'll have to hold them at the stairs.
Yes, the stairs. Perfect.
As I was going downstairs, I cast spiritual weapon.
Okay.
That way, it's flying beside me.
Alright, let's move you all to the ground floor.
Wish I had a hut or a mansion or something.
How do I... I want to get rid of you guys from this. Oh, there we go. That's how I do it. There we go.
deleting us from existence. No.
No, I was just having trouble making sure that you all follow the same characters. Okay, we get rid of this guy. Rid of these guys. Okay, if you guys want to place yourself on the map, I would say if you're standing by the stairwell, you probably want to be right here.
I did say that Johan was outside, didn't I?
Yeah, you said that he was standing like right here, and
I can't see. I don't really actually have sight on this character. Okay, so he's here.
Yeah.
I see through Loctari.
Oh, that's weird.
No, I think you gave like him or me control of like at some point, because I've seen through Johan's as well.
Right. Can you see now?
Ah, yeah.
There we go. There we go. Okay.
Do you have a token for me for my spiritual weapon, sir?
I always have a token for you, Mace. I would never say no.
Thank you.
Somewhere in here. We must have made one for you.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
It's okay.
Favoritism. Favoritism.
Oh, hell's bells.
Here we go.
Is that a concentration? No, it's not.
Thank you, sir.
And I'll just, how do I make this attached to you?
Can I get a mage
Edit.
armor on myself before we get this going too much?
Sorry, what was your question, Johan?
Can I get mage armor going on myself?
Yeah, sure. I think it's reasonable that you would have put that on.
Right.
I want to add this. Player permissions to see.
I need to roll my initiative because that
Should
was
be
the old one.
edit token and give player control.
And while I do that, Johan, I'm pretty disappointed you couldn't take care of the hag.
She ran off.
Advanced layer.
No excuse.
I have it in front of you, Mace, right now. I think I do. There you are. I have it right here in
No.
front of you.
Yep.
I know you don't have control of it. I don't have a way of adding the token immediately right now. But just tell me where you want
That's
it,
fine.
and I'll move
That's
it.
fine.
I'll have it ready for
No
next time.
worries.
Okay. So you guys are all positioning yourselves, and you hear these wolves off in the distance just barking and barking. You can hear the footpads sometimes just off in the distance. And you wait.
Are the doors open?
If you left them open.
Johan, did you leave the doors open?
I mean, he closed them behind himself.
So Johan, you're staying outside while the rest of them are inside?
That's how it is.
I'm gonna go
this
to.
far.
I'm gonna go to the door, peek open to the front garden, and
Oh, okay, okay.
all over the front.
Okay. Nice. So specifically the front section of the mansion, right? Like you're not doing it
Yes.
inside. Okay.
No, not inside.
Okay, so 100-foot radius centered on the point. Okay, so cool. So Johan, Ophira stands beside you, and Ophira, tell me what it looks like when you're casting the spell.
Yeah, I will actually stand right there. So her eyes just fully glow green. Imagine at this point she even holds the rock that she acquired.
Mm-hmm.
Just holds that up, and then just like a shock wave of sound, just and just all the plants just shake and just it's like a super growth chia pet in fast motion all over the front.
Ah, the chia pets.
Cha-cha-cha-cha-chia.
Ophira.
Okay. Negative inspiration for that.
You're not the DM.
I stab you.
Through the internet.
From Hell's Heart, I stab
All
you.
right. So the horses freak out at this, and I mean, well, also with the wolves, they're freaking out. So you guys had 2 horses outside. Is that correct? Or is it 1
believe so.
horse?
2.
I think it's 2.
Did we?
You tied them
three?
up. I'm pretty sure you tied them up.
Okay.
But you're hearing them like neighing and screaming. The plant growth definitely goes up. You still can't really, even with your dark vision. Actually, Alfira, you have dark vision. You both do. You're kind of making out now some of the shapes and figures, and you see them getting like slowed down by the plant growth, and you hear the wolves and the barking kind of now coming from more of the sides of the castle. They seem to have moved away from the front.
Right.
Seconds pass. You don't really see any wolves coming yet. So you just keep hearing them, setting your nerves on edge.
Would Johann be able to, because he's got, his, grandfather there.
Yeah.
He's going to, and he's got this spell under concentration. He's going to keep doing this.
Sure. How fast can he move?
Let's go back and find out.
300 feet.
No.
No. That'd be awesome.
No.
That's within 300 feet of Johann.
It's a bonus action. I think he can move 30. Is what
Okay,
it
as a bonus
is.
action, you can cause it to hover up to 30 feet to another space
Yes.
that you or it can see. Okay. So for sure,
Yeah.
he's moving around, but these wolves seem to be kind of just staying away from him now. Each time he kind of gets close to one, it just like dashes off and like moves away and kind of like circles around again. He's not able to move fast enough to actually catch up to them with the spell that you're concentrating on.
Yeah.
Pretty fast wolves in plant growth.
Well, they're not. They're no longer there. Like even
Okay.
with the plant growth, like that cuts their speed down by half.
Quarter.
Technically, it should cut. Oh, he hovers though, so he wouldn't be affected by
He
it.
can go over it.
Yeah, but even with dash, like they'd still be keeping their distance in front. They're moving away from the front though.
Okay.
It quarters their speed as well.
It quarters.
Yeah.
I always forget this
4
about plant growth.
4 feet for every 1 foot.
Oh, okay. Thank you for reminding me.
So can he catch up now?
He could probably catch up to 1 wolf. So go ahead and give me a attack roll. Yeah. Go ahead and roll damage. You strike at your grandfather again. He like smacks the wolf with the back of his hand, cracking it across the skull, and it like yips and like it seeps the energy out of it. I assume this energy seeps back to you, and it's now scrambling to get away. It isn't able to get very far though. Even with its dash, it only moves like. Where did I put my little doggos? Wolf. There you are. What's their speed? Their speed is 40 feet, so they can only move 10 feet. So they can only move 20 feet with a dash. So he's definitely able to keep up with this one wolf. As long as it stays inside the plant area, and the plant area is like 100 feet radius, so it's stuck in there for sure. The rest of you, time is passing. Seconds tick by. Johann, time is passing and like seconds are ticking past. 10 seconds tick past. A minute passes and like, no, sorry, not a minute. Like seconds are passing and like I assume you keep having your grandfather like attack and just like he's like beating this wolf until it finally dies, and he looks around, and at a certain point he can no longer see any wolves. And slowly but steadily you hear them stop barking. and you no longer can hear them yelling. And after about a minute, you just hear silence and the rain falling.
Are they gone?
You don't hear them. You don't see them.
Going
Looks
back
as
to bed.
though we chased them off. Very well, get your sleep. When the grandfather comes back, Johann will thank him and hold the book out for him to rest.
I think they're toying with you, Johann.
I agree.
If they wanted to, they could have attacked. They chose not to. I do not know what game they're playing at, but I think they mean to wear you down.
And I think that this time we will all stick together and get some sleep together, not scattered, where I cannot protect you.
Very
And he
well.
looks to the group. And this time, he's going to ritual cast Lumet's tiny hut around them.
It's a
Very
10-foot
well.
radius. You guys are going to get cozy.
I snore.
Okay. 9 creatures can fit in it, damn
Yes,
it.
they can. Yes, they can. I imagine Mace kind of like spooning Rhaegar. I should ask, actually, because I should have asked this at the beginning. Specifically for Rhaegar and Mace. Are you guys trying to sleep with your armor on?
No.
Okay. Mace?
Every day I don my armor and polish it before and every night I take it off, and then every morning, it's part of my ritual. With morning prayers, I don my armor, polish it, and then I go, like, work sword forms. Part of, like, my prayers and things like that. Routine.
Okay. And Mace?
You and your armor
Call.
mace?
Oh, is he not with us anymore? Did we lose him?
He's muted. I think I heard his phone ring.
Okay.
Yeah, there was like a lot of noise going off something, and then it stopped. So that
I
might
would
be-
assume he doesn't sleep in his armor.
Yeah.
I will
Okay.
say you can sleep in your armor as long as you're proficient in the armor you're wearing. It won't cause anything bad.
Yeah.
But like if I were to wear heavy armor and try and sleep, I'd have to make some kind of save, I think, to gain any benefit.
Okay.
Yeah, the only time that he would, like, sleep in his armor is if we were, like, behind, like, deep, like, behind enemy lines or something like that, and we just took, like, a short rest or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I just have leather armor, so I'm always sleeping in it. It
Yeah.
helps with the cold.
I have even less, but I sleep in mine.
Because his Rhaegar is just a creature of habit, so, like, routine helps him, like, do, like, things. Plus, like, he's a paladin, so.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Okay. So I just need to make sure of the tiny hut. So what does this do? So a dome of force springs into existence. Creatures and objects within the dome can move through it freely. All others are barred from passing through it. Spells, magical effects cannot go through. Comfortable and dry. Okay, so do you want to make it the interior dimly lit or dark? Do you want to be... Oh, it is opaque from the outside. It can be any color, but it is transparent from the inside, so you can see. Okay. So you all get inside, I assume?
Yep.
Alright. It's about 5 a.m. right now. and
I'm
it's
trying desperately to finish my long rest.
And about an hour passes. And Johan. Sorry, where did you put this hut? Just so I know. Is it like in this same stairwell area?
No, I was gonna try and take everybody back to the Hound.
The Hound? Okay. Okay. Okay, I just need to make sure of something. Okay. So everyone is just like dead asleep. Even Aresis, he is just like clearly exhausted. He's like, meditate, gotta do it.
I also just use my one big spell, so yeah, I'm gone.
An hour passes, and Johan, you hear steps coming up the stairwell.
Mm-hmm.
They come up, step, and you see a figure come forward. And it looks like it's a woman who you recognize as your wife. You see her kind of shuffle towards the dome, and she kind of puts her hand on it and just drags her fingers along. Doesn't say anything, and is just clawing at the dome and is walking around it.
I know that my wife is dead.
Do you?
I mean, that's what he believed.
Okay.
So I am going to use my last spell slot to cast Dispel Magic on this person.
Spells and magical effects cannot extend through the dome or be cast through it.
And I can't leave it without leaving the spell.
Correct.
So.
Perfect tragedy.
Hey, at least we're safe inside.
So. I'll ask my grandfather to go and see if it's really my wife.
Okay. How does that work? He's not a spell, he's a feature.
I speak up, but what about that damn dog?
The dog can't move, unfortunately.
The dog... Actually, yeah, I mean, if the dog's still
Barking.
there, it'd be barking.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying, yeah, because it could...
Yeah, so all of you wake up. You all wake up.
No, I am fully out of it.
God,
Son of a bitch.
I think the more I cast plant growth, the more I get used to it, but no, it just takes it out of me.
I've already poked a pencil in my ear and blew my eardrums out, so I can't hear.
I think somebody who was already deaf, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
He's gonna sleep just fine.
Sure, we'll give Aresis advantage on a perception check to see if he actually stays meditated because he's deaf. Sure, yeah, you don't wake up. The rest of you, though, I mean, a barking dog that is designed to alert you to danger does wake you up.
Yeah.
No, see, I grew up with a dog, and
I don't believe that Ophira would not wake up. I'm sorry. I feel like if she thought there was danger, she would wake up. If you,
she's been specifically told that this whole thing is supposed to stop danger from happening.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
okay. If you honestly think that she
She's
would like,
awake, but she's not getting up.
okay, so she's awake but
Yeah.
not getting up. Okay.
I've been there. I've had a kid, so
That's fair. That's totally
it's
fair.
your turn.
So
So it
you,
would go something like this. Well, fuck. I guess I'm not getting any sleep tonight.
okay, so most of you wake up and you see this figure who I think you've all seen before. It
I've met
is
her.
Johan's wife, and she is just right outside the barrier, ignoring the dog. And the dog, again, that thing that none of you can see, is just like barking and barking and barking. And she's just like pawing at the outside of the dome. And her clothes are ragged, they're dirty, her skin is smudged.
So this must be like you had to literally walk in through this private sanctum to get to this point.
Yeah. There's nothing stopping her from doing that.
Where are the red
Okay.
ones?
They're gone.
They went away when we returned the skull.
Yeah.
They just left.
They were
Their
released
purpose
from their
was
curse.
fizzled.
Mm.
You know, we could just dismiss the dog and everyone could just sleep and you know, we could just watch into her eyes if she can't do anything.
Oh, Rhaegar-
We could take a long rest.
Rhaegar's pissed. He wakes up and he's like, "Where is this goddamn dog? I hear it, but I don't see it." He's not even like where he doesn't even really see the woman right now. He's looking around for the dog.
This is the definition
Find
of
it,
insanity.
it will die.
Mace is actually laying flat on his back and holding his mace straight up. And his shield.
And you drop it on your forehead.
And he's getting ready to
It's
aim
a
it all.
possibility.
Can I cancel the dog, or is it? I mean, it's there for 8 hours, right?
Like this.
I've always
It's a
felt
spell.
that.
You can dismiss it.
Yeah, I've always felt that that's appropriate. That like, you still maintain the ability to dispel it if you so choose.
Okay, so I guess I'll dispel it, especially since nothing can get through the barrier, even from the ethereal plane. So
Okay.
the
The
only
barking.
thing that can
Go ahead.
deal with this is a dispel magic spell.
So, the barking suddenly and abruptly stops. And all you can now see is just this is this figure of a woman pawing at the outside of the dome, walking around it, not saying anything. Glassy-eyed. And, sorry, Johan, you said you sent your grandfather out, right?
Yeah, say grandfather.
And just
It looks to be my wife. Is it a trick?
and just for the sake of clarity, creatures and objects within the dome, when you cast the spell, can move through it freely. Okay. So, I will go look. This is he your maternal or your paternal grandfather?
We never did specify that.
You never specified.
You know, if creatures and objects can move through it,
But
literally you could just stab her from inside.
since he grew up with him, I'm
Mhm.
gonna probably say that it's probably not her father.
Okay, so your paternal grandfather. Okay.
Right.
That makes things a little bit simpler. Something seems off about her. And he'll move out from the dome, and she'll like step back and look at him, not saying anything, and just kind of stand there. And he'll kind of look at her and... Why does she not say anything? Who are you? What do you want? How did you get here? And she just stands there, swaying a little bit back and forth. And then she'll kind of like go back to the spot where he moved out from, almost like she's now trying to like feel for a door where he came out from, like trying to find some sort of edge in this shield.
I'm just gonna.
At that point, I guess I'll try and cast a spell magic through him onto her. It's not a radius, is it? I can cast it onto a creature.
I am going to draw a little bit of a line because it very
Okay.
specifically says you can't cast spells through the dome.
Okay, very well. So I try to, but it just kind of, and it doesn't go through him.
Yeah.
So, but I will. I mean, he will try it, and it will waste that spell slot. So I'm taking away that 3rd level spell slot.
Okay.
I'm just getting up and picking up my sword. Once you stop her, I'm gonna say, like, you can do one more thing, and then Ophira's just going out there and going to start attacking.
The bags underneath Ophira's eyes are so profound, you think she must be an 80-year-old woman.
My wife, I thought was dead. Whatever that is probably a husk, maybe a zombie of some sort. Not herself anymore. Unless we had some sort of profound magic. It is unlikely that we would be able to restore her. Her mind is gone. And to me, that is true death.
Wonderful. Since she can't see me, does that qualify for assassinate?
I think so, yeah.
Alright.
And objects can move through the dome, so oddly enough, it seems like you can use that as a bunker, I guess, to shoot arrows out of. That seems very strong.
No blessed.
That's a hit for sure. Go ahead, roll damage. Where are you shooting? Or that's your short sword.
Yeah, I can't use my bow right now.
Right.
And I'm also, given that I've been told this is an undead, going to favorite foe this.
And your favorite foe is undead, so yeah, it applies.
My favorite foe is actually sort of like a mini hunter's mark. It's an alternate feature.
Okay.
So that'll add 1d4 to the damage for favorite foe. 2.
As you strike, and your sword passes through, and your arm kind of appears and swings past, it strikes her in the chest, and as soon as it does, the illusion that surrounds her disappears, and a clattering of bones collapses onto the ground. Unmoving.
So I guess the auto crit on that would really have mattered. I'm just gonna sit back down, sword away, and go right back to sleep.
Johan's gonna take a deep breath.
Dead, stay dead.
He just kind of
Mace-
locks
Mace-
eyes with
go ahead.
Ophira for a moment when she says that.
Mace is really fed up with this shit. So he leaves his shield and his mace lay on the floor and stands up. He walks out of the tiny hut and he holds up his holy symbol and the raven symbol. And he just yells out to the night sky, "If you would like us to make it to your little invitation dinner party, then maybe you would let us get some rest so we can have the strength to make it there." And then he just turns back around and walks back into the dome and lays down.
I'm sorry, but just when you did that, I just imagined this for some reason.
Did you do that lightning strike on purpose?
That was kind of perfect, wasn't it?
Oh my god, that was perfect.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I slept through all that.
And with that, Mace walks back into the hut.
I have a question for God.
Yeah, I watched it. It was pretty funny.
I assume you all, once again, try to go back to sleep.
Yes.
Johan.
Mm.
An hour passes. The sky starts to get a bit lighter. A second hour passes. A third hour passes. Nothing seems to be interrupting anymore. But it is now the day. You know that, at least for Oresis, he would be ready in an hour. But for the rest of your companions, they are wearied, tired, and wounded. And you remember that Oresis told you that you had to get to Castle Ravenloft
For dinner.
for dinner.
But he's going to know the roads if he's got his memories back, and he's going to know about how much time it's going to take.
Yeah. And you guys have draft horses. So do you think you're going to wake them up, or are you going to let them sleep for a full 6 hours?
I mean, how long is it going to take? Is it going to take kind of like all day?
Let me quickly double check. I should have that here.
If you wake up Mace, he's going to turn undead your ass.
And it would affect me. I'm pretty sure.
Destroy undead. You're gonna kill him. He's gonna get explode.
I don't think it would kill him. I think his
No.
CR counts as higher.
Right.
Since technically he's level 8, that means he would be a CR 8 for the purposes of spellcasting.
Just
Ba-
explodes.
based off the rules of polymorphing.
Mace's anger explodes into sorcerers upcasting.
Although the comedy is undeniable.
After this night, I take a level in my homebrew coffee sorcerer.
Latte for
Okay.
everyone in the morning.
So The distance is 17 miles. Walking from Argynvost to Castle Ravenloft, it would take you about 6 hours walking at a normal pace. So by horse, it would take you at least half that time. So say
sounds like
1 to 2 hours.
Sounds like to remind people. Do.
Yeah. Yeah, so they've
still-
got enough time to rest.
Okay.
We still have the wagon too, don't we?
Yeah.
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 And
Yeah.
after the first hour, since we're mostly in a forested region, no slowing by difficult terrain, no getting
Oh,
lost.
what the fuck?
Ooh,
Whoa!
Sorry.
Stop,
bad
stop it,
time.
Don.
Jesus.
I will mute
Okay, so-
you. I swear to God.
I'm wearing my
For how long?
headset. I'm wearing my
Yeah.
headset. My wife asked me what the hell that noise was.
Yeah, I have headphones on too. Luckily, I have a beanie on, so it kind of muffled it a little bit. That could have been a lot worse.
All right. So, I'm going to say that we'll stop our session there and let our heroes get a well-deserved rest for the night.
So sorry, guys.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm
Sorry.
also mentioning all my features to get you there, even though I am not going into that castle. You will have to kill me and drag my corpse into there.
That'll be a conversation for next
Maybe.
session.
Or for next
Outdoor
session.
dinner party.
Or for the whole 2 weeks until the next session.
The
Yeah.
only way I am going to be in a dinner party with Strahd is as Strahd's dinner.
Oh my.
All right. Any
That
questions?
can probably be arranged.
Oh, I'm sure. Seeing as even with my new +1 to saves, I still cannot save against his mind control.
Probably
Okay,
not.
20 plus spell save DC.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Don.
Good night, guys. See you next time.
See you
All
next
right.
time.
Joe.
Hey, for those that are in Order of the Chimera next Saturday night.
Yeah.
Okay.
We finished this.
Yes.
Gonna punch some stuff.
I'm gonna kill some things. All right.
All right.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
All right.
Night, everybody.
Bye.